Hey guys, Ryan Talks Football here, back again with another video on the channel, and today we're here to talk about the final day of the Premier League season, which is coming up this weekend, and the main key talking points heading into it, including the key relegation battle at the bottom, and of course there's still some places in Europe to be sorted out as well. Once again, if you are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. We're on the road now to 200 subscribers. I've been over the road of 100 subscribers. Thank you all for the support, and yeah, let's get straight on the video and talk about this weekend's game. So of course I'm filming this on the Wednesday, so we're about 4 or 5 days away from the last day of the season, and there are still some games to be played. I know Brighton is set to play Manchester City tonight when I'm recording this, and Manchester United are set to play Chelsea. But if we have a look at the top four, see the title is done. Manchester City have won the title, but we look at the top four race. Obviously Newcastle secured their place on Monday night, 0-0 draw against Leicester. So Manchester United just need a point tomorrow night against Chelsea to get the fourth place or get in the top four secured. Do I think they'll do that? Yes, I do think they will secure that tomorrow night. And yeah, so Liverpool will probably end up finishing fifth. Of course, Brighton win their 2 games, Liverpool lose their last. Then Brighton still could finish fifth, but I do think Liverpool finish fifth. We look at the places for Europe though. Brighton got Europa League qualified for it. Aston Villa look like they're on course to finish 7th, but they do play Brighton, I think, last day of the season, so again could be a tricky one for them. They will probably end up finishing in the Europa Conference League place. Also, Tottenham are playing Leeds, and Tottenham need to win to get Conference League. However, I don't think their supporters will want to get in the Conference League, because I know last time Tottenham were in the Europa Conference League, I think they were knocked out of the group stage, although a bit controversial. I think they had a COVID outbreak last season, which caused them to postpone a game, and UEFA didn't let them replay it. I think they probably would have gone through, I think, had they won that game. So yeah, I think Tottenham would do better around the Europa Conference League and just have a season outside of Europe and probably have a bit more chance at the Premier League. I don't think anybody thought at the start of the year Tottenham would be finishing as low as they are, but the second half of the season's been very poor. I saw a thing the other day. I think they had 23 points from the first 10 games. I think if they hadn't got them, they would have been in a similar sort of position to where Chelsea were now, had they picked up 10 fewer points than that. So both Tottenham and Chelsea have had a bit of an off-season, but yeah. So I think, yeah, so looking at that, there's some places to fight in Europe. Now we get on to the key thing, which is the relegation battle. Now, obviously, Everton, Leicester and Leeds are fighting to stay up between themselves. One team will survive, the other two will be relegated to the Championship. So Nottingham Forest were in the relegation battle but secured their safety with a very hard-fought and impressive 1-0 win against Arsenal on Saturday, which also confirmed Manchester City as the Premier League champions. So we look at that, so Nottingham Forest are safe. I don't think many people thought they were going to be safe at the start of the season. So we look at that. Everton have got the easiest game on paper. They host Bournemouth on Saturday, which they should be winning, but of course this is the Premier League, anything can happen. As we've seen this season, obviously Everton did win 5-1 at Brighton, I don't think nobody expected that. So yeah, Everton looking to secure another season of top flight football. All they need really, I think a point would be enough, although I know Leicester win and they draw, they go down, so Everton would need to win. Everton win, they secure their safety. Leicester play West Ham. They need to win and hope Everton fail to beat Bournemouth, and Leeds need to beat Tottenham and hope the other Everton realistically need to lose to Bournemouth, and Leicester need to fail to beat West Ham. That's the only way I think Leeds can survive. Who do I think will survive out of them? Well, looking at Opta analysis on it, Everton have been given a 19% chance of relegation. Leicester 84 and Leeds 97. Leeds, I think, are done. I watched them against West Ham and they got the goal, they put them in front and just collapsed. So I don't see Leeds surviving. I could be wrong. They might beat Spurs because Spurs are just out of sorts and want the season done. No plan whatsoever there really. And but I do think either Leicester or Everton will pick up points, so I can't see Leeds surviving. I could be wrong. The trouble is with Leeds, I haven't really put into detail this season. They've just had a lot of issues. They've never really replaced Rafinha or Calvin Phillips. Jesse Marsh, Javi Gracia and Sam Allardyce. There's too many managers to try and... I think if they appointed Sam Allardyce a bit earlier than they did, or when Jesse Marsh was sacked originally, I think he might have had a bit more of a chance of keeping them up. But having 4 games to keep them up when you're playing Manchester City, Newcastle, West Ham and Spurs, it's just not enough time. And yeah, I don't see Leeds staying up. Leicester may have a chance, I don't know. It was, oddly enough, the first clean sheet they've had since the World Cup was against Newcastle the other night. But yeah, obviously sacking Brendan Rodgers, they're thinking if they were going to change their manager, it's too late. They should have changed him way before then. They're not giving Dean Smith enough time. They've given him about 8 games, I think, to try and turn it around, I think, is in total, because obviously they had a caretaker for 2. I think it was about 8 games, so again, it's not giving him enough chance to change it around, really. And I would expect them to pick something up against West Ham, but it might not be enough. But the team I think will survive will be Everton. I do expect they'll be Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth have been on the beach now since they secured safety. I think they've lost their last 3 or 4 matches in a row. Can't see Everton not picking up anything against Bournemouth, who obviously are happy they've survived this season, and fair play, well done to them. I think a lot of people had them to finish 20th at the start of the season. You'll find out where I had them in my predictions when I release the reaction next week, obviously once the season's done. So yeah, I do expect Everton will survive the drop, and yet again another miracle work by Sean Dyche, who hopefully next season can try to pick them up, because obviously they've had a bit of up and downs. They've had trying to fight for European football the last couple of years before last season, especially when they had Ancelotti. Obviously last season stayed up against Crystal Palace after finishing, I think it was 16th in the end, and this season again another relegation battle on the cards. But let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think is going to happen on the final day of the season? Who do you think is going to finish in Europe, and who's staying up? Once again, guys, thank you so much for all the support on the channel recently. I do appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 200 subscribers. My name is Rowan. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.